Hey, healthy readers. It is time for the April-May 2025 book club selection. And so I have a really interesting book for us. One of the things that I try to do at least once a year is share some kind of an environmental book, something that has to do with the environment, because that is part of our holistically healthy lifestyle, to think not only about food and our body and nutrition, but also to think about what's going on in the broader world around us. And so this year, the environmental read is Overdressed, the shockingly high cost of cheap fashion. And fast fashion certainly has become a huge thing lately. There's so much of it. And unfortunately, it has an enormous environmental impact, which is why I wanted to read this book. As always, I'm going to start by reading the back matter, and then I'll share a little bit more information about it. The declining price of clothing has fundamentally changed the way most Americans dress. Stores ranging from discounters like Target and fast fashion chains like H&M to department stores such as JCPenney now offer the newest trends at unprecedentedly low prices. Our closets are overflowing with garments we barely wear, and clothing has become a disposable good. Elizabeth Klein set out to uncover the true nature of the cheap fashion juggernaut, tracing the surprising impacts on the environment, middle market, and independent retailers and the US economy. She travels undercover to factories in China and Bangladesh, where the pressure to produce ever cheaper trends is causing unprecedented harm. She even describes how high-end designers work in tandem with cheap retailers to keep us shopping. Overdressed will help you slow down and consider some surprising alternatives from upcycled vintage to cutting-edge locally made fashion. It will inspire you to find a path back to being well-dressed and feeling good about what you wear. So that sounds amazing. And I think part of the reason I really wanted to read this book is because I see so much in the news about piles of clothing around the world globally because we're just dumping what we don't want to wear anymore. We've also lost the art of learning how to, as I, used to hear when we were growing up, to mend, to mend or to make do. And in response, instead, fashion is so cheap that we just want to buy the newest thing. And there are all these influencers trying to market to us and all these companies trying to convince us that if you don't like it, just buy new. So I think this is going to be a very interesting read. And the good news, I guess, is that because this book is a little bit shorter, our reading pace is only 4 pages per day. That is 4 to 5 minutes. Surely that is going to be something that we're going to flip through pretty quickly. I do tend to read the book with you so that I'm following along at the same pace as you are. I have a feeling this book, some of us may get a little bit ahead of ourselves. I also wanted to share that for those who are in the kitchen table membership, obviously your book discussions will be there. We have private discussion there. I share. I'm also sharing on Substack. So if you are not part of the kitchen table, you can still be part of the book club for free simply by being part of my Substack. And I will put both those links down below for anybody who wants to join the kitchen table. There's a whole lot there, way more than just book club. And the Substack for anyone who is interested in the book club, the newsletter, and there are some more other interesting, wonderful writings there as well. Thanks so much for watching. I cannot wait to read this book with you, Overdressed. It's our April-May read. I think it's going to be a good one. Thanks, folks. Bye.